let's talk about those different parts of a circle. A chord of a circle, and I left definitions on here for you. It's when the endpoints are on the circle. Think of a chord on a guitar, or the strings on a guitar. Those are pulled tight, right? Okay, so the chord HB right here is pulled tight on the ends of a circle. It doesn't go through, it's connected to the ends of the circle. That's the chord. Okay, notice it doesn't go through the center. Okay, a chord does not go through the center. What is the line that does go through the center? What's this line right here? What is it called?
It's not the radius. It's
Nope. Diameter. Yep. The diameter goes all the way through the center. Okay. What's the radius of a circle, Max?
half.
Radius is half of that diameter. How many radii are there?
2.
There are 2. Good. Let's talk about a secant line. Secant line and a chord are similar. There's just one difference. The secant line goes through the circle. Okay. The endpoints are on the circle. The endpoints go all the way through the circle. Okay. And then last new piece is called our tangent line. Now the tangent line is the line that is on the outside of the circle. What do you notice about that line on the outside of the circle?
Touches it.
Touches it at how many points?
1.
It only touches it at that one point on the circle. That's the only part of the line that touches the circle. Okay, so let's go through AD on our circle. What's AD? Let me erase my markings. AD is this line right here. It is the diameter. Why is it the diameter? Because it goes through the center. What about HB? HB is right here. What is that called? Chord. Why is this one a chord?
Because it's not through the middle, but it stops within the circle.
Right, and its endpoints are on the edge of the circle. Okay? EG, right here, what's that line? Tangent line. Why is that one the tangent line?
It only touches the circle one.
Right, it's on the outside of the circle. Okay, and then JK is this line right here. What's that one called where it goes through the circle? Secant line. Let's look at another example. Let's name all of these. So a chord, make sure we write these down. What's the definition of a chord? What did we say a chord is? Does it go through? It's pulled tight, so its endpoints are on the circle. What's an example of a chord? A, B is a good example. Its endpoints are on the circle. What about the secant line? What's a secant line? What's the definition?
Touches the circle. Wait, no.
Secant goes through.
Secant sees through. So which line goes through the circle? HJ. Tangent. What's the definition of a tangent line?
On the outside, only touching it once.
On the outside, touching it once. So what's that line?
GF.
GF. Why can't I call it GK?
Because K is the middle point.
Right. K is the middle point. Could I also call it FG?
Yeah.
Yes, I can. Yep. Next one, diameter. What's the definition of a diameter?
Goes through the middle point.
Goes through the center. What's the line that goes through the center?
DE.
DE
Or Ed.
or ED. How many radii are there?
2.
2. What's one of them?
DC.
DC. Remember, it's half. So DC is 1. What's another?
DC.
EC is another. Next is the center of the circle. What's the definition of the center of a circle?
C.
Pretty self-explanatory, right? Center of the circle. C. And last one, we have point of tangency. What do you think that means? Right, why are you guys saying K? Right, it's a part of the tangent line that touches the circle. Remember, there's only one point of a tangent line that touches the circle, and it's usually that middle point. Question about those 7 vocab terms of circles. Okay? So use those to help you. I want you to go to this slide here, parts of a circle, and do number 1. Don't do number 2, just do number 1. You're labeling those same 7 vocab terms that we just listed. So, what's the definition of a chord? Hey, what's the definition of a chord?
It's not this diameter, but it's line.
It's pulled tight. Its endpoints are on the circle. What else did you say about it?
It's not going through the center.
It doesn't go through the center. So, which line is it in our picture? E, D. Okay. What's the definition of a secant line?
KJ.
Yep. Why'd you pick KJ? What's the definition of a secant line?
Goes through.
It goes through the circle. Good. What about a tangent line? What's the definition?
AC.
Right, because it's on the outside. Good. What about the diameter? Goes through the center. Which one is that? FH. How many radii do we have? 2. What's one of them? FG and HG. Good. Center? G. And then point of tangency.
B.
Right, on that tangent line, where's the only place that it touches? B. Okay, questions about those 7 vocab terms?
Swagger.
Okay, we got 2 more concepts to talk about, and it's our arcs. Okay, so remember back when we were talking about triangles and we were comparing their angles to their specific sides, what they matched? This is kind of the same thing, but with circles. Okay, so if we're going from angle 1, what arc is created from angle 1? This arc right here creates our angle 1. So C, D, and to show it's an arc, we're going to put an arc symbol above it. Okay. Angle 3 on number 2 is here. Right, what creates that is arc TU. Could you also put UT?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, number 3 and 4, it says the major arc. Well, what does major mean?
The biggest one.
Biggest one. Okay, so if I'm going from angle 4, is JG the biggest arc that it creates? No, what's the other option that it creates?
HG. Or
JG.
So this one's our minor arc. The major arc would be everything that's left. So G, H, I is our major arc. So G, H, I is the major arc. On number 4, what about angle 2?
VW.
Start with what its minor arc is. What's its minor arc? WV or VW. So the major arc is what? Flip it. VXW. What do you notice the difference between a minor arc, which is this one here, and a major arc, which is this one?
It has 3 points.
Right. The major arc has 3 points. How many points does the minor arc have? 2. Okay? So keep that in mind. Major arc is created by 3 points, and a minor arc is created by 2. Questions on examples like those? Okay, let's look at one more concept. Now we're doing the opposite. We're naming the angle that it creates. So FE, I'm going to mark FE right here. What's its corresponding angle? 1. So angle 1. DCE, what do you notice about that? It's a major arc. We have to go through all 3 points. So here's DCE. Why do you pick 2 and not 1 and 3?
Opposite.
Right, because if it's a major arc, we want its opposite angle. So we have angle 2. Okay. What about 7? What kind of arc is that? MLJ.
4.
It is our major arc,
And that'd be 4.
and it would be 4. Angle 4.
D.
And then 8, we have DE, and its angle is 1. Questions about those? Okay. Any questions about the vocab we talked about in this section?